You are awake again. You are awake again. The house is completely quiet. Everyone else is sleeping peacefully under the safe roof. You look around at the beautiful life you have built, the walls, the furniture, the family you love, the stability you love, the stability you worked so incredibly hard to achieve. By all measures, you have everything you ever wanted. You have done everything right. But as you lie here in the dark, listening to the silence, there is a heavy, quiet ache in your chest, an emptiness that makes absolutely no sense to the logical mind. You might be lying there right now, telling yourself that you are ungrateful. You might be wondering why you feel so incredibly lost and numb. When your life looks so full and perfect from the outside, you smile during the day, you take care of everyone, you manage the schedules, you keep the entire world spinning for the people you love. But tonight, the mask feels simply too heavy to wear anymore. You are deeply exhausted, not just in your physical body, but deep within your soul. I want you to hear something very clearly right now. You are not broken. You are not selfish. And you are absolutely not ungrateful. What you are experiencing right now is a profound exhaustion of the human spirit. It is the heavy weight of living a life that requires all of your energy, but leaves almost no room for the real you to breathe. Carl Jung called this the midlife crisis of the soul. No, it is not a sickness or a flaw in your character. It is an awakening. You have spent so many years building a safe, warm container for everyone else to thrive in. Tonight, we are going to build a safe container just for you. You do not need to fix anything right now. You do not need to solve the puzzle of your life before the sun comes up. For the next little while, you are allowed to just be here in the dark. You are allowed to feel empty without judgment. You are allowed to completely drop the heavy, exhausting burden of pretending that everything is fine. Shh, close your eyes gently if you have not already done so. Take a slow, quiet breath in with me. Right here in the shadows, let the deep silence of this room hold you. You are safe. You are seen. And you are exactly where you need to be tonight before we can understand the emptiness in your mind. We must first release the heavy, invisible armor you are wearing in your physical body. We will live a life that looks entirely perfect on the outside but feels incredibly hollow on the inside. Our physical body absorbs the shock of that painful contradiction. You might not even realize how tightly you are holding yourself together right now. The emptiness you feel is not actually an empty void. It is densely packed with unexpressed exhaustion and the physical weight of everything you simply do not say during the day. It sits right there in the center of your chest and tightens up in your throat. So let us begin by speaking directly to your nervous system. That is signal to your body that the performance is finally over for tonight. You do not have to hold the word together anymore. I want you to gently bring your attention to your jaw. Your jaw is where you hold the polite smiles. It is where you literally clamp down on your frustration when you are utterly depleted. But someone still needs you to be strong. Right now, give your jaw absolute permission to unhinge slightly. Let your teeth part. Feel the sudden rush of profound relief as those tiny, overworked muscles finally surrender to gravity. Now, follow that warm path of relaxation down into your neck and your shoulders. Your shoulders have been physically carrying the invisible weight of everyone else's expectations and endless needs. They are braced, raised slightly toward your ears. as if you are constantly waiting for the next demand, the next question, the next little emergency you have to solve for your family. For this moment, let the mattress take that immense weight. Feel your shoulders melting down into the softness beneath you. Shh! You are completely allowed to put the burden down. Now, let us use your breath to reset your vagus nerve, shifting your body from a state of high alert into deep parasympathetic rest. This will tell your primitive brain that there is absolutely no threat here in the dark. I want you to take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, imagining you are drawing the air straight down into your belly, bypassing the tight, anxious chest. Inhale slowly. Hold it for just a moment at the very top. And now, release it with a long, slow, audible sigh through your mouth. Let's just do that one more time. Yay. And this time, as you exhale, I want you to imagine a thick, heavy tension leaving your body. This is the somatic numbness, the physical residue of living your life on autopilot. Breathe in deeply, filling that hollow space in your chest with warm, soothing, revitalizing air. Hold it right there. And breathe out slowly. Let the numbness flow out of you like water draining away into the earth. Now, I want you to bring your tender focus directly to the center of your chest. This is where the ache of the unlived life resides. You might feel a tightness here, a sensation of something missing, or terribly compressed. Do not run from it tonight. Do not try to fill it with planning for tomorrow or frantic worries about the past. Just observe it with deep, quiet compassion. Breathe directly into that tight space. Imagine a soft, glowing, golden light beginning to warm that exact area. As you continue to breathe slowly and naturally, let this gentle warmth spread outward, noting the frozen, numb parts of your body, down through your arms, relaxing your wrists, your hands, and your fingers, down through your stomach to releasing any tight, nervous knots of anxiety you have swallowed today, down your heavy legs, all the way to the tips of your toes. You are becoming heavier and lighter at the exact same time. The physical armor is completely dissolving into the mattress. You are safe to feel whatever arises in the quiet. The emptiness inside your chest is transforming into a spacious, peaceful container. You are preparing to journey inward, entirely unburdened by the physical tension of your daily life. Just stir for a moment in mind softer body, now that your body is resting. I want to speak directly to the quiet guilt you have been carrying around with you. The guilt that whispers to you in the dark, telling you that you have absolutely no right to feel this way. You look around at the life you have created, the family you love, the home you meticulously maintain, the financial stability you worked so unbelievably hard to build. Society tells you that this is the ultimate finish line, that this is exactly what a successful, happy life looks like, and because you have it all, you are expected to be constantly, endlessly overflowing with radiant gratitude. But instead, you feel like you are slowly suffocating under a beautiful, heavy blanket. It is an invisible load that absolutely nobody else can see. When you try to delicately explain it to someone, they might quickly remind you of how incredibly lucky you are. They might list all the wonderful reasons you should be happy. They mean well. But every single time they do that, the quiet emptiness inside you just grows a little bit colder and a little bit deeper. You slowly start to believe that there is something fundamentally broken inside of your mind. You lie awake, wondering why the exact things that seem to bring so much joy to everyone else just leave you feeling completely hollow, detached, and completely numb. Detached and feeling numb. I want to profoundly validate that painful contradiction right now. It takes an immense invisible amount of energy to act happy. When your soul feels entirely depleted, it is fiercely exhausting to constantly perform the role of the perfect, reliable partner, the perfect, endlessly patient mother, or the perfect, endlessly patient mother, or the perfect, capable professional. When deep down, you feel like you're slowly disappearing behind the scenes of your own life, the invisible load is not just the endless physical tasks you do every single day. It is not just the mental checklist of groceries, appointments, and school runs. It is the crushing emotional labor of pretending that you are not quietly drowning. Think about how much raw energy it takes to smile warmly when you desperately want to cry, to nod and agree when you silently want to scream, to constantly pour love and attention from a cup that has been bone dry for years. You are not an ungrateful person for feeling this way. You are simply grieving. You are grieving the vibrant, untamed parts of yourself that you had to quietly abandon in order to build this safe life for everyone else. You traded your wildness. You traded your wildness, your spontaneous joy, pain, and your deep inner desires for safety, routine, and predictability. And now, the safety simply feels like a gilded cage. You do not need to feel guilty for wanting to break free from the cage you built with your own two hands. It is completely natural for the human spirit to fiercely crave deep meaning, rather than just comfortable survival. The emptiness you feel tonight is not a punishment. It is a messenger from your deepest self. It is desperately trying to tell you that the life you are living belongs to the beautiful mask you wear, and not to the actual soul underneath it. Tonight, in this quiet soil, underneath it, in this quiet, peaceful, dark room, you do not have to be grateful for the cage. You do not have to mentally count your blessings if they currently feel like heavy, suffocating stones tied around your neck. Shh. Just let the heavy guilt dissolve completely into the mattress beneath you. You are entirely allowed to be tired of your perfect life. You are entirely allowed to feel completely lost right in the middle of everything you ever wanted. Give yourself the absolute grace to stop fighting the emptiness tonight. When you stop harshly judging yourself for feeling hollow, the hollowness stops being a terrifying, endless void, and it starts to become a quiet. Peaceful, open space. A quiet space where you can finally rest, without the crushing, invisible weight of everyone else's endless expectations. Take another slow, deep breath with me, inhaling the gentle freedom to feel exactly as you do, and exhaling all the heavy, toxic guilt that tells you it is not okay. The fear and the dark and your complicated feelings are completely, absolutely valid. I want you to picture something in your mind's eye right now. I want you to imagine a beautifully crafted mask. It is flawless, painted with a warm, inviting smile, and eyes that look perfectly capable of handling absolutely anything the world throws at it. This is the mask you put on every single morning, before you even step out of bed. Before you pour your first cup of coffee, before you face your family or your demanding work. Carl Jung, the great explorer of the human depths, called this the persona. The persona is not a bad thing. It is the social face we all must wear to navigate the complicated world, to protect our vulnerable inner selves, and to meet the endless expectations of our daily lives. Your persona is an absolute masterpiece. You have spent years, perhaps decades, quietly perfecting it. It is the face of the reliable woman, the endlessly giving mother, the supportive partner, the professional who never, ever drops the ball. But Jung also warned us of a profound, quiet danger. He said that if we wear the mask for too long, if we identify too closely with the roles we play for other people, we slowly begin to forget who we actually are underneath it. We become identical to the mask, and when that happens, the soul begins to slowly suffocate. This is exactly where your haunting emptiness comes from. You are not empty because your life is lacking. You are empty because you are missing from your own life. The real you, the wild, untamed, spontaneous, beautifully imperfect you, has been pushed so far down into the dark, so deeply hidden behind the perfect persona, that she no longer knows how to speak to you, except through this aching, silent numbness in the middle of the night. Think about how incredibly heavy that beautifully crafted mask is. Think about the sheer psychological force it requires to hold it up to the world for 16 hours a day, to constantly monitor your tone of voice, to make sure you do not sound too tired, too angry, or too overwhelmed, to automatically swallow your own tears, because someone else desperately needs you to be their solid rock. It is a crushing, agonizing weight, and no human being was designed to carry it without ever resting. So right now, in the absolute safety of this dark room, I am giving you absolute permission to take it off. There is absolutely no one here to perform for. No one needs anything from you. The world can wait until tomorrow. I want you to visualize yourself slowly reaching up and gently unhooking that heavy, perfect mask from your tired face. Feel the cool, soothing night air touch your real skin for the first time all day. Let the mask fall away. Let it drop onto the floor. Shh. Let it shatter into 1,000 pieces if it needs to. You do not need to be the strong one right now. You do not need to be the capable one, the organized one, or the perfect one. You are completely allowed to just be a tired, vulnerable human being, breathing softly in the dark. Notice how the tiny muscles in your face instantly soften when you stop trying to hold that pleasant expression. Notice how your chest expands. Notice how your chest expands when you stop trying to cage your true, complex feelings. Without the mask, you might feel a little exposed, a little fragile. That is perfectly okay. That fragility is the exact place where your true self still lives, too. It is the doorway to the life you have not yet lived. For the rest of this night, you are strictly forbidden from putting that heavy mask back on. If an anxious thought about tomorrow's duties tries to hand the mask back to you, just gently push it away. Tell it, just gently push it away. Tell it, not tonight. Tonight. I am resting exactly as I am. Messy, exhausted, and wonderfully real. Breathe deeply into that unprotected, authentic space. Let the emptiness become a beautiful canvas that's rather than a terrifying void. A quiet, sacred place where the real you can slowly begin to stretch your legs and breathe the cool night air. You are so much more than the exhausting roles you play. You are so much more than the things you constantly do for others. Rest now in the beautiful, naked truth of who you are, completely without the mask. Now that the heavy mask is resting completely on the floor, we are going to slowly step away from the loud, exhausting world of your daily life. It is time to gently guide your active, tired mind down from the fast, anxious beta waves of the day into the slow, peaceful alpha waves of deep, restorative relaxation. I'm going to count backward from 10 down to 1. With every single number, I want you to imagine a bright, harsh light in your mind quietly clicking off. dim, leaving you in a softer, much more comforting darkness. 10. 10. The bright light of your endless daily responsibilities softly fades away. Think about the beautifully curated house you are resting in right now. The walls, the roof, the complex life you hold together every single day. Let it all gently blur into the distant background. You do not have to be the manager of absolutely anything right now. Your only job tonight is to simply breathe and then completely let go. 9. The loud light of tomorrow's endless schedule clicks off. All the appointments, the errands, the perfectly planned details that keep your entire family running smoothly. They just vanish into the cool night air. Tomorrow's not here yet. Tomorrow's at here yet. And it has absolutely no power over you in this quiet, sacred moment. 8. The harsh. The harsh, demanding light of other people's expectations dims down into a faint, gentle glow. You are no longer responsible for their happiness, their comfort, or their endless emotional needs. You can finally stop pouring from your completely empty cup. Right now, you only belong to yourself. 7. Shift. 7. Your physical body feels the profound, immediate relief, becoming so much heavier and much warmer. The mattress beneath you is fully supporting your entire weight, pulling you deeper and deeper into a safe, quiet embrace. Albeit you are gently sinking away from the busy surface of the world. 6. The glowing light of guilt completely extinguishes. You are entirely free from the exhausting need to constantly feel grateful for the things that silently drain your soul. The numbness in your chest is slowly transforming, expanding into a peaceful, the limitless starry sky. 5. We are halfway down into the dark. Your breathing is noticeably slower. You are drifting further away from the superficial surface of your life, sinking down into the rich, quiet depths of your own neglected soul, where your true peace actually lives. 4. Where your true peace actually lives. 4. The light of the perfect, endlessly smiling persona is completely gone. You are wonderfully bare, completely unbothered, and perfectly safe in these warm shadows. There is absolutely nothing left to prove, and no one left to impress. You are enough, exactly as you are in the dark. 3. The gentle. 3. The gentle. The rhythmic waves of relaxation are continuously washing over your tired mind, smoothing out every single anxious thought, sweeping away the heavy mental clutter, leaving behind only a smooth, perfectly quiet surface. 2. You are almost completely at rest. The physical world around you is becoming incredibly blurry and so very distant. The only thing that matters right now is the soothing sound of my voice and the slow, peaceful rise and fall of your heavy chest. 1. Total. Peaceful darkness. You have successfully unplugged from the exhausting machine of your daily existence. You are floating in a calm, healing space, where the heavy burden of having it all simply does not exist. Just rest here, completely untethered, in this profound, beautiful quiet. As you rest here in this deep, quiet space, floating gently in the dark, I want to explain exactly what is happening inside your physical brain right now. I want to give you the absolute clinical reason why you feel so incredibly empty, despite having a beautiful life that looks so completely full. You see, when you spend years operating on high alert, constantly anticipating the needs of your family, constantly managing the endless schedules, and constantly pushing your own complex emotions down just to get through the demanding day, your brain's delicate reward system eventually becomes completely exhausted. This is absolutely not a moral failing. It is a stark biological reality. The clinical medical term for the gray numbness you're experiencing right now is called anhedonia. It is the sheer physical inability to feel deep pleasure or spontaneous joy in the exact things that used to make you smile so brightly when you were chronically over-functioning for everyone else. Your brain is constantly flooded with cortisol and adrenaline, the heavy, demanding survival hormones. And over time, to protect itself from burning out completely, your brain literally downregulates its own dopamine receptors. Dopamine is the beautiful chemical of motivation, a vibrant color of warm connection. When those fragile receptors retreat into the shadows, the entire world suddenly loses its rich color. Your beautiful house, your wonderful family, your proud achievements. They all become just a heavy list of things you have to constantly manage. Rather than beautiful things you can actually feel and enjoy, you're literally looking at your own perfect life through a thick gray, impenetrable fog. You are not ungrateful for the life you have built. You are simply physically depleted of the very chemicals required to feel the gratitude. Imagine a beautifully designed car with the most comfortable seats and a perfectly tuned engine. But the gas tank is completely bone dry. It does not matter how absolutely perfect the car looks from the outside. It simply cannot drive forward. You have been desperately trying to drive your life forward on an empty tank for years, harshly punishing yourself for not moving fast enough or smiling bright enough. I want you to let that powerful scientific truth sink deeply into your tired bones right now. You are not fundamentally flawed. Your brilliant nervous system has simply gone into a protective shutdown. It has deliberately numbed your feelings, because feeling the crushing weight of everything all at once was simply too overwhelming for too long. The terrifying emptiness you feel in your chest is actually your body's profound defense mechanism. It is physically forcing you to stop, forcing you to retreat into this quiet, undemanding darkness, so the delicate dopamine system can finally begin to rest and heal and slowly reset. Shh. So tonight, you do not have to try to feel anything at all. You do not have to force a polite smile, or mentally force a sense of joy that simply is not there yet. The true clinical healing begins with absolute, radical acceptance. Accept the heavy gray fog. Accept the quiet, aching numbness. By completely surrendering to the emptiness without fighting it, you are giving your exhausted brain the exact safety signal it desperately needs to start rebuilding those dormant receptors. Every slow, gentle, rhythmic breath you take right now in the dark is actively soothing that inflamed, overworked nervous system. You are creating a safe, perfectly quiet environment where the beautiful color can slowly begin to return on its own gentle timeline, without any pressure or any expectations from you. You are clinically safe here to be completely empty. Just let the heavy fog hold you tenderly tonight. You do not need to clear it away. You do not need to fight your way out of it. Just rest beautifully and peacefully within it, knowing that your body is finally doing the deep repair work it needs. We have spoken about the heavy physical exhaustion, the gray fog of your depleted dopamine. But now we must journey a little bit deeper, into the quiet, profound depths of your unconscious mind. Carl Jung taught us that every single light casts a shadow, and the brighter the light, the darker and denser the shadow inevitably becomes. You have spent so many years being the absolute light for everyone around you. You have been the quintessential good woman, the relentlessly reliable mother, the perfect, supportive partner, the one who constantly sacrifices her own needs to ensure that everyone else is safe, warm, and perfectly content. But in order to become that incredibly radiant light, you had to quietly push away massive parts of yourself. You had to take your raw wildness, your bold, impractical dreams, your messy, spontaneous desires, and carefully lock them away in the dark basement of your unconscious mind. Jung called this hidden, neglected place the shadow, and the beautiful things you locked away are what he poignantly called the unlived life. The heavy, aching emptiness you are feeling tonight in the center of your chest is not actually an empty space at all. It is the profound, silent grief of that unlived life. It is the gentle ghost of the vibrant woman you might have been if you had not chosen to be so incredibly responsible and so perfectly accommodating all the time. She is standing there right now, in the cool shadows of your mind, quietly knocking on the door of your consciousness, asking to simply be remembered, asking to finally be felt. One we spent decades meticulously building a beautiful, safe house for our family. We so often forget to build a single room for ourselves. We equate our deep, burning passions for comfortable predictability. We trade our untamed for spirit for the quiet. We equate our untamed, fierce spirit for the quiet, polite approval of society. And for a long time, it actually works. We feel genuinely proud of the solid stability we have created, but eventually, the human soul begins to silently rebel against the neat, perfectly organized cage. It begins to whisper to you in the middle of the quiet night, making you feel entirely hollow, detached, and completely disconnected from the very life you worked so incredibly hard to build. I want you to know with absolute certainty that it is entirely safe to feel that complex grief right now. You do not have to fiercely defend your life choices to me. You do not have to mentally compile a quick list of all the reasons why you love your family to prove that you are a good person. I know you love them. Your tired soul knows you love them. But you are also completely allowed to profoundly mourn the precious pieces of yourself that you had to leave behind on the side of the road. You are allowed to feel a deep, aching sadness for the colorful dreams that quietly expired, while you were so busy taking care of everyone else's endless needs. Breathe deeply into that quiet shadow right now. Let the heavy sadness rise up without any harsh judgment or fear. When you finally stop frantically running from the shadow of the good woman, it entirely loses its terrifying power over you. The emptiness slowly begins to transform from a frightening, endless void into a sacred space of immense, beautiful possibility, into a sacred space of beautiful possibility. The unlived life is not gone forever. It is simply waiting patiently in the dark for you to finally acknowledge it, to gently invite it back into your exhausted heart. Du Dao, true psychological wholeness. What Jung gently called individuation does not mean being perfectly good all the time. It means being entirely complete. It means being entirely complete. It means finally embracing the messy, unacceptable, while the beautiful parts of yourself that you have kept meticulously hidden for so long out of pure love for others. It means allowing yourself to be fiercely selfish in the most healthy, profound way possible. So tonight, as you rest here in this heavy, peaceful, comforting darkness, I want you to quietly grant yourself the ultimate, absolute permission to be beautifully incomplete, the permission to deeply, fiercely miss the untamed woman you used to be, and the permission to start making a little bit of quiet space for her to slowly return. You do not have to blow up your beautiful life. You do not have to abandon the people you love. You simply have to slowly, gently open the heavy door to the basement and let the unlived life breathe the fresh night air once again. Take a very slow, deep, restorative breath into the very center of your chest, right where that heavy emptiness usually lives. Imagine that you are breathing warm, loving, golden air directly into the lungs of that forgotten woman. And as you exhale, completely let go of the exhausting, soul-crushing need to be the good woman for just one single night. You are entirely safe in this dark. You are entirely safe in this dark. Quiet, sacred sanctuary. The shadow absolutely cannot hurt you. It only wants to make you gloriously whole again. Rest now in the beautiful, complex, unapologetic truth of your entire being. I wanted to tell you a very quiet story right now. It is a story about a woman named Sarah. But as you listen to the gentle, slow rhythm of my voice, you might just recognize pieces of your own tired heart hidden carefully within her journey. Sarah lived in a beautiful, meticulously organized house, very much like the one you are resting in tonight. She had the loving partner, the healthy children, the successful career, and the absolute, unwavering respect of everyone who knew her. From the outside, her life looked exactly like a perfectly painted picture. But one night, at 2 in the morning, Sarah found herself sitting alone on the cold, hard tiles of her bathroom floor. The entire house was sleeping peacefully around her. The only sound was the soft hum of the refrigerator in the distant kitchen, and the quiet, desperate sound of her own breathing. She was crying, but she did not even know exactly why. There was no tragedy in her life, no sudden crisis, just this massive, crushing wave of absolute emptiness that had finally knocked her completely to the ground. As she sat there in the dark, the heavy, demanding voice of guilt started whispering in her tired mind. It told her to get up, to stop being so incredibly ungrateful. It aggressively reminded her of the beautiful car in the driveway. And the abundant food in the pantry. She squeezed her eyes shut, desperately trying to mentally count her blessings, trying to fiercely force the heavy gray numbness to go away. But the harder she tried to be grateful, the more she felt like she was slowly suffocating under the immense weight of her own perfect life. She felt like a ghost, quietly haunting her own beautiful house. She had spent so many years constantly anticipating the endless needs of her family that she had completely forgotten how to feel her own heartbeat. She remembered a time when she used to laugh so loudly from the very bottom of her belly. She remembered a time when she had fiercely passionate dreams that had absolutely nothing to do with being a good mother or a reliable wife, she realized. With a crushing wave of sorrow, that she had systematically dismantled her own vibrant soul, piece by piece, to build a comfortable, to secure fortress for the people she loved. The emptiness in her chest was not a lack of gratitude. It was the physical absence of her own untamed spirit. The wild, beautiful woman inside her was literally starving to death in a house completely full of food. And then, in the profound silence of that cold bathroom, something shifted. Sarah was simply too bone-tired to fight the shadow anymore. The heavy, suffocating mask of the endlessly capable woman finally slipped and shattered completely onto the cold tiles. She stopped trying to count her blessings. She stopped harshly judging herself for feeling completely hollow. And she finally did the bravest thing a woman in her position can possibly do. She completely surrendered. She leaned her heavy head back against the cool wall, and she just let the darkness hold her. She whispered to the empty room, "Though I have absolutely everything, and I feel like I have nothing, and I do not know how to fix it." And in that exact moment of absolute surrender, the terrifying emptiness slowly began to shift. When she stopped frantically trying to fill the void with forced gratitude, the void suddenly stopped feeling like a terrifying black hole. It started to feel like a vast, quiet, open space. A beautiful space. A beautiful space where no one needed absolutely anything from her. A space where she did not have to perform, or provide, or constantly protect. It was the profound, sacred space of her own unlived life. Finally given the room to breathe, as she sat there, dull no longer fighting the numb exhaustion. She felt a tiny, almost imperceptible flicker of warmth deep in the center of her chest. It was not a sudden burst of joy. It was just the gentle, quiet relief of finally telling the absolute truth, the immense relief of dropping the incredibly heavy burden of pretending. Sarah slowly realized that she did not need to run away from her beautiful family. She did not need to destroy the life she had worked so hard to build. She just needed to stop completely abandoning herself in order to keep it all running. She needed to start inviting that untamed, imperfect woman out of the dark basement and back into the sunlight of her daily life. When Sarah finally stood up from that cold floor, the heavy gray fog had not completely vanished, but it had softened. She walked back to her warm bed, not as the flawless manager of the house, but as a beautiful, wonderfully complex, deeply human woman who was finally allowed to be a little bit broken. And as you lie here tonight, listening to the quiet sound of your own breathing, I want you to know that you are completely safe. You have fought so incredibly hard for so very long. For so very long, you have carried the heavy world on your tired shoulders. But tonight, you do not have to fight the emptiness anymore. You can just let it hold you. You can let the quiet truth set you entirely free. Just rest, knowing that the warmth will slowly return. When you finally stop trying to force it, as you lie here, completely safe in the heavy, completely safe in the heavy, comforting darkness of your room, I want you to take a slow, peaceful journey with me, deep into the quiet architecture of your own mind. I want you to imagine that you're slowly walking down a beautifully carved wooden staircase, each step taking you further and further away from the demanding surface of your life. With every single step downward, the loud noise of the outside world becomes significantly fainter. The endless schedules, the responsibilities, the heavy mask, they all dissolve completely into the shadows above you. You are stepping down into your own sacred depths. The air around you is becoming noticeably warmer and incredibly soothing. At the very bottom of this long, peaceful staircase, you find yourself standing in front of a heavy, ancient wooden door. This is the doorway to the hidden room we spoke about earlier, the quiet sanctuary of your unconscious mind, where you safely tucked away the vibrant, untamed pieces of your soul. For so many years, you might have been quietly terrified to open this door, unconsciously afraid that whatever was hidden behind it would disrupt the perfect, stable life you worked so hard to build. But tonight, there is absolutely no fear left in your body. There is only a profound, gentle curiosity and a deep, aching readiness to finally be whole again. I want you to reach out in your mind, and I want you to reach out in your mind and imagine your tired hand resting on the cool, solid iron handle. As you press down, the heavy door swings open with a soft, welcoming sound. Overwhelming sound revealing the space inside. You immediately realize that it is not dark or terrifying at all. The entire room is bathed in a warm, golden, ethereal light. Ethereal light. It feels exactly like a forgotten, beautiful garden that has been peacefully growing in secret. And sitting there, in the very center of this beautiful, quiet room, is her. She is the wild. Cell. She is the wild, unapologetic, vibrantly alive version of you, the woman you had to slowly quiet down and gently put away in the dark so you could become the responsible mother, the reliable partner, the flawless manager of your daily existence. Look deeply into her face right now. Notice the fierce, beautiful spark in her eyes. Notice the recase, beautiful spark in her eyes. Notice the relaxed, untamed way she sits, completely unbothered by what anyone else thinks of her. She holds the deep, spontaneous joy that you have been so desperately missing. She holds the loud, belly-itching laughter, the irrational dreams, the creative, fierce fire that has absolutely nothing to do with serving other people. And as she looks back at you, you instantly realize something incredibly profound. She's absolutely not angry with you. She does not resent you for locking her away to protect the people you love. She completely understands why you had to do it. She knows how much you fiercely love your family. And she knows exactly how incredibly heavy the burden of daily survival has been for you. She has just been sitting here in the golden light, bathed, patiently waiting for the day you would finally be safe enough and tired enough to come back down and find her. To come back down and find her. Shh. I want you to slowly walk across the room and sit down right next to her on the floor. Feel the powerful, radiant heat coming off her body. It is the exact warmth that your cold, empty chest has been desperately craving for years. You do not even need to speak to her. Words belong to the exhausting world above. Down here, in the sacred quiet of your soul, you only need to feel. Imagine leaning forward and wrapping your arms tightly around this beautiful, forgotten woman as you hold her, feel her solid, undeniable presence, and as you take a deep, slow breath in, feel her vibrant essence slowly beginning to merge with yours. The heavy. Feel her. The heavy, gray emptiness in the center of your chest is suddenly flooded with her warm, golden light. Golden light. You are actively reclaiming your own stolen magic tonight. You are absorbing her fierce permission to just be a flawed, messy, wonderfully complex human being. Feel the profound, immense relief washing over your entire nervous system as you finally stop trying to be half of a person. The terrifying hollow feeling in your chest was simply the space she left behind when you locked her away. And now, that space is being beautifully, completely filled with your own returning spirit. You do not have to immediately change your entire life tomorrow morning. You do not have to announce this profound shift to the world. This is a quiet, intensely secret reunion just for you. But from now on, she gets to walk upstairs with you, She gets to breathe the fresh morning air. She gets to exist silently behind your eyes when you drink your coffee. You will never, ever abandon her in the dark again. Just rest here in this warm, golden embrace. Feel the absolute wholeness returning to your tired bones. You are no longer just the good woman, the reliable provider. You are completely whole. You are wild and responsible. You are wild and responsible. You are deeply tired and fiercely alive. Let that profound, beautiful contradiction settle deep into your chest, completely replacing the heavy numbness with a soft, glowing, eternal peace. Now that you've finally welcomed her back, now that your soul is slowly remembering how to feel gloriously whole again, we must help your physical body carefully release the deeply trapped residue of all those exhausting years. Your muscles, your deep tissues, your central nervous system, they have been dutifully holding on to that heavy, gray emptiness for so very long. It has become an unconscious physical habit, a somatic armor that you simply no longer need to wear tonight. In this deeply safe, wonderfully quiet space, we're going to actively wash away the physical numbness. I want you to bring your gentle, undivided attention back to the very center of your chest, right where that heavy fog used to sit so tightly. Notice how the space already feels entirely different. It is no longer an aching, terrifying void. It is now softly filled with the warm, golden light of your own returning spirit. I want you to imagine that beautiful, radiant golden light starting to slowly expand. With every single deep breath you take, the warm light grows just a little bit brighter and a little bit stronger. It is gently, lovingly pushing against the edges of any remaining gray fog, any lingering numbness or trapped physical exhaustion. Visualize that heavy, gray numbness actually changing its physical form right now. Imagine it slowly turning into a soft, thin tray smoke. It is completely harmless now. It has lost absolutely all of its suffocating power over you. It is simply the leftover physical memory of your profound midlife exhaustion, the physical shadow of the good woman. As you take your next slow, deep, restorative breath in, feel the bright golden light expanding powerfully inside your chest. And as you exhale, imagine that thin, gray smoke beginning to move. It is slowly flowing away from your heart, moving gently up into your throat, the exact place where you have swallowed thousands of unspoken words and unshed tears. Feel the smoke dissolving those tight knots in your throat, leaving it open. Nothing may be clear, and beautifully clear. Now, let the smoke flow gently down through your heavy shoulders. Feel it sliding smoothly down the tired muscles of your upper arms, relaxing them completely as it passes through, flowing down into your forearms, through your wrists, into the palms of your hands, and completely slipping out through your fingertips, dissolving instantly and harmlessly into the dark night air. Bring your gentle awareness to your spine, the strong central pillar that has been holding you upright through so many difficult, draining years. Feel the golden light cascading down each individual vertebrae. From the base of your neck all the way down to your tailbone. As the light touches your spine, it gently melts away the deep, stubborn pockets of gray smoke hiding in your back muscles, the physical burden of constantly being the reliable one. Feel your entire back sinking deeper into the mattress, completely surrendering its heavy load. Shh. Breathe in the warm. Shh. Breathe in the warm, healing, golden light, and breathe out the gray smoke of the unlived life. Let it flow out of you effortlessly. You do not have to force it. It naturally wants to leave your tired body now. Bring your focus down to your stomach, the place where you have held so much unspoken anxiety, so much hidden frustration over the years. Let the golden light travel down into your belly, deeply soothing all the tight, nervous tension. Watch in your mind's eye as the gray smoke releases from your stomach, flowing down through your hips, completely relaxing your pelvic floor. It continues moving steadily down through your heavy thighs, easing the large muscles that have been carrying you through so many demanding, exhausting days, down through your knees, into your calves, through your ankles, your heels, the soles of your feet, and finally slipping out completely through the tips of your toes, vanishing entirely into the peaceful shadows beneath your bed. Your entire physical body is being completely, thoroughly flushed out, meticulously cleansed from the inside out. Every single cell is being gently washed by this warm, returning light. The somatic numbness, the heavy physical manifestation of your soul's crisis, has literally drained away into the earth, leaving you feeling incredibly light. And profoundly empty in the most beautiful, liberating way possible. This new emptiness is not a lack of feeling. It is the pure, pristine space of infinite possibility. It is the clear, beautiful canvas of a woman who is finally ready to breathe for herself. You are completely untethered from the heavy physical burden of your daily roles. Your body feels gloriously weightless, floating safely in the dark, perfectly aligned with the quiet, ancient wisdom of your own soul. Just rest in this incredible, vibrating physical lightness. Vibrating physical lightness. Now that your physical body is resting in this beautiful, weightless state, your active mind might be trying to quietly step in and take control again, because you are so incredibly used to managing everything. Your mind might be looking at this new, peaceful emptiness and trying to quickly fill it with a logical plan. It might be anxiously whispering to you in the dark, asking how exactly you are going to fix your life tomorrow morning, how you are going to suddenly find your lost passion, or how you are going to explain this profound inner shift to your family. I want you to gently, but firmly, stop those anxious thoughts right now. You are stepping into a trap that exhausted women fall into all the time. Because you are a natural problem solver. Because you are the one who fixes absolutely everything for everyone else. You instinctively believe that you must frantically fix your own soul the exact same way. You think you need a new daily schedule, a new self-improvement book, or a forced attitude of radiant gratitude to survive. But this brings us to one of the most profound psychological truths of your journey, the paradox of surrender. Carl Jung deeply understood that the ultimate healing of the human soul does not come from frantically searching for the light. It actually comes from learning how to sit peacefully and quietly in the dark, completely without trying to change it. When we feel the terrifying numbness of the unlived life, our immediate instinct is to panic, to scramble for a quick solution, to make the heavy pain go away. But forcing artificial meaning into a deeply exhausted soul is exactly like trying to urgently plant delicate flowers in frozen winter soil. It simply does not work. And it only drains the very last drop of your precious physical energy. Shh. Tack. Tight. 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 You are officially off duty. You do not have to figure absolutely anything out. You do not have to solve the incredibly complex, overwhelming puzzle of your entire existence before the sun comes up. The beautiful paradox of surrender is this: the exact moment you completely stop trying to fix the emptiness instantly stops being a terrifying problem. It simply transforms into a quiet, undemanding resting place. Imagine for a moment that you are floating on your back in a calm, incredibly vast dark ocean. If you panic and thrash your arms around, frantically trying to swim toward a distant shore that you cannot even see, you will only exhaust your heavy limbs further, and you will eventually begin to sink. But if you simply surrender to the water, if you spread your arms wide and let the deep ocean hold your entire weight, the water itself will keep you perfectly safe. Your deep unconscious mind is exactly like that vast, ancient ocean. It already possesses the profound wisdom needed to heal your tired spirit. It already knows exactly how to slowly bring the vibrant color and the spontaneous joy back into your daily life. But it absolutely cannot do its delicate, restorative work while your conscious mind is anxiously trying to micromanage the entire emotional process. So tonight, I'm asking you to do something that might feel incredibly foreign to you. I'm asking you to completely surrender the need to know what happens next. Give up the exhausting, relentless job of being the architect of your own healing. You do not need a blueprint for tomorrow. You do not need a structured list of goals. Just be the quiet, peaceful observer resting gently in the dark. Let the unseen currents of the deep ocean carry you exactly where you need to go. Trust that the frozen soil of your soul is slowly thawing under the warm golden light you have invited in. The flowers of your unlived life will naturally bloom when they are truly ready, without any forced effort from you at all. Take a very slow, deep breath into that beautiful feeling of total surrender. Inhale the profound relief of not having to fix yourself, and exhale the heavy, frantic need to control your own healing. You are floating. You are resting. You are completely held by the deep wisdom of the quiet night. Just let go, and let the beautiful darkness do its silent work. As you rest here, suspended safely in this peaceful, floating darkness, your highly receptive subconscious mind is listening incredibly closely to every single word I say. This is the exact moment where true, lasting healing takes root. This is the quiet hour where we gently rewrite the harsh, exhausting rules you have been living by for so many years. I want you to listen to these words, not just with your tired ears, but with the deepest, most exhausted parts of your soul. For decades, demanding world has taught you a very dangerous, heavy lie. It told you that your worth as a human being is entirely dependent on how much you can produce, how much you can effortlessly provide, and how perfectly you can make everyone else feel. It quietly convinced you that if you are not actively solving a problem or making someone else smile, you are somehow failing at your beautiful life. You have been carrying this invisible, crushing weight every single day. Brushing weight every single day. But tonight, in the profound safety of this quiet room, we are completely severing that heavy, toxic connection. Carl Jung taught us that your true self, the radiant core of who you actually are, has absolutely nothing to do with the exhausting roles you play during the day. Your worth is absolutely not a currency that you have to constantly earn through relentless hard work. It is not tied to the perfect cleanliness of your beautiful house, the effortless success of your children, or the endless, predictable satisfaction of your partner. Predictable satisfaction of your partner. You're inherently undeniably valuable simply because you exist, simply because you are breathing the quiet night air right now. You are not your productivity. You are not your endless to-do lists. You are not the perfectly managed calendar that keeps everyone else's life together. You do not have to be constantly happy to be a good person. You do not have to overflow with radiant gratitude every single second of the day, especially when your emotional tank is completely empty. I want you to mentally repeat these quiet truths after me, letting them sink deeply into your relaxed muscles and your tired bones. I am completely allowed to be empty tonight. I am completely allowed to be empty tonight. Shh. I am entirely allowed to feel lost, even when my life looks absolutely perfect from the outside. My profound exhaustion is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that I have loved. And given far beyond my own physical and emotional capacity. I absolutely release the exhausting need to be the perfect, reliable anchor for everyone around me. I give myself the ultimate, absolute permission to be fiercely, beautifully selfish with my own precious energy. Feel those powerful, quiet words sinking into the heavy mattress beneath you. You have spent so much of your precious life being a polished mirror, constantly reflecting back what other people desperately needed to see. Tonight, you are shattering that exhausting mirror. You are returning to your own solid, authentic center. The quiet, untamed woman who does not need to prove her worth to absolutely anyone. It's entirely safe for you to stop trying so incredibly hard. The world will not instantly collapse if you simply take a deliberate step back. Your family will survive if you stop constantly anticipating every single one of their daily needs. In fact, by finally giving yourself the profound grace to be perfectly imperfect, you are silently teaching the people you fiercely love to do the exact same thing. You are actively breaking the heavy generational cycle of the good woman. You are slowly, effectively reprogramming your beautiful, overworked nervous system, teaching it that rest is not a conditional reward for burning yourself out. Rest is your absolute, fundamental human right. You do not need to mentally earn your peaceful place in this warm bed. You do not need to desperately justify your heavy sadness to anyone. The terrifying emptiness you felt earlier was just your soul's desperate plea for a quiet, undemanding pause. And you have finally, bravely, given it exactly what it asked for. Bravely given it exactly what it asked for. Every single time you breathe in slowly, you are inhaling a deep, unshakable sense of your own intrinsic worth. And every single time you breathe out, you are releasing the heavy, crushing expectations of society. You are enough. You have always been enough. You have always been enough. Even on the very dark days when you feel like you have absolutely nothing left to give, just rest in that quiet, powerful certainty. Let her wrap around you like a heavy, comforting blanket, protecting you from the endless. Tauri Nin, protecting you from the endless. Loud demands of tomorrow. You are perfectly safe here in the shadows. You are deeply loved by the universe itself. And you are finally, beautifully, completely, beautifully, completely free to just be you. You have done such beautiful, profound work tonight. You have bravely looked into the quiet shadows, and you have warmly welcomed back the beautifully forgotten pieces of your soul. And you have warmly welcomed back the beautifully forgotten pieces of your soul. You have shattered the heavy mirror of expectations. Now, it is time to let go of absolutely everything else. It is time to drift down into the deepest, most restorative layer of sleep, quiet Theta state. where your physical body and your exhausted mind can finally repair themselves. I am going to count down from 5 to 1 with every single number. You'll drift twice as deep, twice as peacefully into the warm, holding darkness. 5, 5, 5. Let the physical boundaries of this room completely dissolve. The walls, the ceiling, the beautifully decorated house you manage every single day. They are all gently fading away into a soft, quiet mist. You are no longer bound by the heavy physical world. Imagine yourself slowly slipping into a calm, warm, ancient ocean, ancient ocean. The water is perfectly matched to your own body temperature, so you can barely feel where you end, and the ocean begins. You are simply floating, entirely supported, quiet deep. The ocean is gently rocking you and washing away the very last traces of the day's heavy exhaustion. 4. The heavy, demanding concept of time is completely washing away. There is absolutely no yesterday with its heavy regrets or lingering guilt about what you did not accomplish. And there's absolutely no tomorrow with its endless to-do lists, its alarms, and its demanding schedules. Time has completely stopped in this sacred, underwater space. There's only this singular. There is only this singular, perfectly peaceful present moment. You have absolutely nowhere to be and absolutely nothing to achieve. Just let yourself exist completely outside of time, suspended beautifully in the eternal now. 3. The heavy labels and the exhausting social roles are gently falling away from your tired shoulders, like heavy autumn leaves dropping silently from an ancient tree. Down here in the deep, you are no longer just a mother, a partner, a reliable professional, or a constant caretaker. You are returning to your purest, most fundamental essence, to your just a radiant, quiet soul, resting peacefully in the dark. You do not need a name or title. You do not need a name or a title or a purpose down here. The vast ocean does not care what you accomplish today. It only wants to tenderly hold you and keep you perfectly safe from the loud world above. 2. You are drifting so incredibly deep now. Your physical body feels gloriously heavy and completely numb in the most comforting, healing way possible. The tiny muscles in your face are entirely slack. Your jaw is completely loose. Your heavy chest is rising and falling with a slow, beautiful, effortless rhythm. Your body's breathing itself. You do not even have to consciously guide it anymore. The soothing sound of my voice is becoming the only delicate thread connecting you to the waking world. Everything else is just a soft, blurry, distant dream. Shh. Shush. 1. Total. Absolute. Total. Absolute surrender. You're resting at the very bottom of the peaceful ocean, wrapped securely in the velvety darkness of your own profound healing. The terrifying emptiness is completely gone, replaced entirely by a vast, beautiful wholeness. Your mind is perfectly quiet, smooth as untouched glass, ready to completely detach from the waking reality and step effortlessly into the soothing, magical world of dreams. Just drift, let go, and allow the deep, gentle currents to carry you safely away. Now that your conscious mind is completely at rest and your physical body is heavily anchored to the mattress, your deeply creative, limitless subconscious mind is ready to begin a profound journey you have stepped completely out of the rigid structure of time and out of the heavy demands of your daily existence. I want you to imagine that you are standing in the quiet hallway of your own home. It is the middle of the deep night. The house is perfectly still, wrapped in the familiar shadows of your everyday life. You can hear the faint, rhythmic ticking of a clock somewhere in the distance, reminding you of the rigid schedules you usually live by. But tonight, that sound holds absolutely no power over you. You are not here to manage the house. You are not here to check on anyone or prepare anything for tomorrow morning. You are simply passing through, a quiet observer in your own life. You walk slowly down the familiar hallway, feeling the smooth floor beneath your feet. And you arrive at the heavy front door, the exact door you walk through every single day wearing your heavy mask, the door where you transition from your private self to the perfect, reliable woman the world expects you to be. But tonight, you are not putting the mask on. You reach out, and your hand rests gently on the cool metal handle as you press down and pull the heavy door open. You do not see your familiar street. You do not see the parked cars, or the neighboring houses, or the concrete sidewalks. Instead, you are looking out at a vast, breathtakingly beautiful desert landscape. It is bathed in the brilliant, silver light of a massive, glowing moon that hangs low in the deep indigo sky. Take a slow, deep breath in. The air that washes over your face is not the stagnant air of the city. It is incredibly crisp and remarkably cool, carrying the faint, ancient scent of night-blooming jasmine, crushed sage, ancient scent of night-blooming jasmine, crushed sage, and the clean, pure scent of undisturbed sand. It is the scent of the wild, the scent of the unlived life finally calling you out to play. You step across the threshold, leaving the heavy, structured walls of your daily existence completely behind you. As your bare feet leave the hard floor of the house and touch the earth outside, you feel the profound, grounding softness of the cool desert sand. The sand perfectly contours to the shape of your tired feet, welcoming your weight, silently absorbing all of the residual tension that you carried out of the house. You take one step, and then another, moving away from the doorway and out into the vast, open expanse. And as you walk, you decide to turn your head and look back at the house one last time. In the beautiful logic of this dream, the house already looks incredibly small. It looks like a tiny, glowing dollhouse, sitting in the middle of a massive, ancient wilderness. All of the endless chores, the complex financial worries, the heavy emotional labor you perform inside those walls, they're all contained within that tiny, insignificant space. They cannot reach you out here. The invisible tether that constantly pulls your attention back to the needs of others has been completely, painlessly severed for the night. You turn your face back toward the open desert and you continue to walk. With every single step you take, the tiny house behind you shrinks further and further away until it completely vanishes into the dark horizon. You are now entirely alone in the beautiful, sacred wilderness of your own deep soul. There are absolutely no roads here. There are no carefully paved paths telling you which direction you are supposed to go. There are no signs, no rules. Tota, no rules. And no expectations. You are completely untethered, wandering freely in a landscape that belongs entirely to you. The moonlight casts a soft, gentle glow on the rolling dunes, creating beautiful, sweeping shadows that shift and change as you move. Look up at the sky above you, because you are so far away from the artificial lights of your daily life. The night sky is unimaginably clear and incredibly vast. It is not just black. It is a deep, rich tapestry of indigo and violet, completely overflowing with millions upon millions of brilliant, sparkling stars. The Milky Way stretches across the entire expanse like a glowing, celestial river of pure light. When you look at the sheer, infinite scale of the universe above you, the heavy, infinite scale of the universe above you, the heavy, suffocating problems of your waking life suddenly feel so incredibly small. The pressure to be the perfect mother, the flawless partner, the endlessly productive woman, it all dissolves into absolute nothingness under the quiet majesty of these ancient stars. The universe does not require you to be perfect. It only wishes you simply exist, to be a small, beautiful piece of the grand design. You continue to walk, and you realize that walking does not require any physical effort down here. You feel gloriously weightless, as if the silver moonlight is literally pulling you forward. Your movements are slow, fluid, and perfectly synchronized with the deep, rhythmic rise and fall of your chest. You are walking deeper and deeper into the quiet void that used to terrify you. But now, surrounded by this immense natural beauty, the void does not feel empty at all. The void does not feel empty at all. It feels incredibly rich and profoundly alive. Shh. Watch. Listen to the profound silence of the desert. It is not the tense, anxious silence of a house where you are waiting for someone to wake up and need you. It is a thick, luxurious, comforting silence. It is the sound of absolute peace. Occasionally, a soft, warm breeze sweeps across the dunes, gently brushing against your skin, whispering ancient secrets that only your deep unconscious mind can understand. In the far distance, sitting on the crest of a large sand dune, you see a soft, inviting glow. It looks like a small, warm fire waiting for you. You do not feel any urgency to reach it. You simply know that it is your destination for tonight, and you allow your weightless body to slowly, peacefully drift toward that beautiful light, completely safe, completely unburdened, and entirely free. Yes, and entirely free. Just keep breathing, and let the journey unfold. As you continue to float effortlessly across the cool, silver sand, the warm glow in the far distance slowly begins to reveal its beautiful, mysterious source. You realize that it is not a small fire at all. It is a perfectly round, incredibly still body of water, an ancient, hidden desert oasis, reflecting the brilliant, silver light of the massive moon above. The water is so completely calm, so flawlessly smooth, that it looks exactly like a giant, pristine mirror resting gently on the earth. You step quietly onto the soft, cool bank of the oasis, and you look down into the water. The flawless reflection of the entire universe is captured perfectly in the deep pool. But as you look closer, you realize that the water is completely empty of absolutely anything else. There are no fish swimming beneath the surface, no aquatic plants growing along the edges, no ripples disturbing the perfect, eternal peace. It is a space of profound, majestic emptiness. For a brief, fleeting moment, majestic emptiness. For a brief, fleeting moment, the old, waking habit of your anxious mind tries to judge this emptiness. Your tired mind tries to tell you that a lake without movement is somehow dead, or lacking a productive purpose. It is the exact same harsh judgment you have placed on your own soul for so many years. The belief that if you are not actively producing, providing, or constantly moving, you are somehow failing. But as you stand there quietly in the silver light, surrounded by the breathtaking silence of the desert, you realize that the exact opposite is true. Though the absolute stillness of the water is exactly what allows it to flawlessly reflect the entire universe. If the water were busy, chaotic, and constantly full of frantic movement, the beautiful reflection of the ancient stars would be completely shattered. It would just be noise. The giant moon hanging low in the indigo sky seems to pulse with a quiet, ancient wisdom. It does not speak to you with loud, demanding words. It speaks directly to your exhausted soul through the profound, comforting silence. It tells you that the terrifying emptiness you've been so afraid of inside your own chest is exactly like this beautiful, still oasis. You have spent your entire life believing that an empty space inside of you is a broken space. You have believed that you must constantly fill yourself up with endless tasks, endless caretaking, and endless noise just to prove that you are alive, to prove that you are a good, to be valuable woman. But the moon silently shows you the beautiful, liberating truth. The emptiness is absolutely not a flaw. It is a sacred, necessary mirror of your own soul. It is the only place quiet enough and is still enough. Ease enough to finally reflect the vast, untamed beauty of who you actually are beneath the heavy mask. Shh. The agonizing numbness you felt earlier tonight, the terrifying feeling of having it all but feeling nothing, was simply the water finally settling. It was the frantic ripples of your chaotic daily life coming to a complete, necessary stop. Your soul was forcing you to be empty, so you could finally see your own true reflection again. You sit down gently on the cool edge of the oasis, dangling your bare feet slightly over the smooth water. The air around you is perfectly still. You do not need to do absolutely anything to make this moment beautiful. It is already entirely complete. You are already entirely complete. The crushing, exhausting pressure to constantly produce, to constantly be the perfect source of everyone else's happiness, dissolves completely into the silver water. Watch the flawless reflection of the ancient moon resting perfectly on the dark surface. The moon does not try to be the sun. It does not try to frantically warm the entire earth or force the crops to grow. It simply rests peacefully in the dark, glowing softly, perfectly, content to just exist. It does not need to justify its presence to the night sky. We are absorbing that deep celestial permission right now. The ultimate permission to just reflect, to just exist beautifully, without having to constantly burn yourself out to keep other people warm. The woman sitting on the edge of this oasis is not the frantic manager of a household. She's not the exhausted partner carrying the invisible load. She is a piece of the universe itself, resting quietly under the stars. As you sit there, breathing in the cool, pure night air, you feel a profound, permanent shift happening deep inside the center of your chest. The heavy, aching void that haunted you at 2 a.m. has completely transformed into a deep, holding container of absolute peace. You are no longer afraid of the empty spaces in your life. You recognize them now as the beautiful, necessary pauses and the quiet moments of silence between the heavy, demanding notes of your daily existence. You look down at the water again, and you see your own face reflecting back at you in the moonlight. But it is not the tired, masked face you see in the bathroom mirror every morning. It is the face of the untamed woman you found in the basement of your mind. She looks deeply rested, fiercely calm, and gloriously alive. She is smiling at you from the water, a quiet, knowing smile that tells you everything is going to be perfectly fine. You have successfully crossed the terrifying desert of your own midlife crisis. You have faced the shadow of the good woman, and you have survived the gray fog of the unlived life. You are sitting here whole and beautifully empty of all the things that never truly belonged to you in the first place. Let that deep and let that ancient wisdom wash completely over you. Let the silver moonlight bathe your tired face and soothe your heavy shoulders. As the stillness deepens around you, you realize that the water in the oasis is not just reflecting the sky, it is gently drawing out the very last, stubborn remnants of your physical and emotional exhaustion. You imagine the cool, silver light of the moon penetrating straight through your chest, illuminating every dark corner of your mind, sweeping away any residual guilt about choosing to rest. You are no longer the woman who frantically counts her blessings to force herself to be happy. You are a woman who understands that true gratitude only blooms in a rested, to a peaceful heart. You do not have to force anything anymore. The universe is providing everything you need right here in this quiet moment. Shh. Feel the incredibly slow, rhythmic beating of your own heart. It is completely synchronized with the gentle pulse of the desert night. Every time your heart beats, it sends a wave of profound, healing relaxation down through your arms and your legs, making them feel wonderfully heavy and completely numb to the worries of the waking world. The beautiful, untamed woman inside you is entirely satisfied just to sit here with you. She does not need you to quit your job or run away from your life tomorrow. She only needed you to stop pretending that you did not feel the emptiness. She only needed you to acknowledge her presence and give her a quiet place to breathe. And now that you have given her this vast, beautiful oasis, she is completely at peace. Your eyelids are becoming impossibly heavy. The silver light of the moon is slowly blurring into a soft, glowing haze. The sound of my voice is wrapping around you like a thick, warm blanket, pulling you deeper and deeper into the most restorative layer of sleep. You are exactly where you are meant to be, perfectly safe, perfectly whole, and beautifully, peacefully empty, peacefully empty. Just drift, let go, and allow the deep, gentle currents of the night to carry you safely away into the dream. As you sit peacefully by the smooth, silver water of the oasis, perfectly and completely united with the wild. Beautiful woman you finally found in the dark. Your tired eyes are gently drawn to a soft, incredibly warm light, glowing just beyond the edge of the water. It is not the bright, cool silver light of the moon. It is a rich, deep, inviting amber glow, radiating from a magnificent structure, nestled safely between the silent, rolling sand dunes. You slowly stand up from the edge of the water, feeling the cool, silver sand shifting gently and effortlessly beneath your bare feet. You take a slow, deliberate step toward the warm glow, and then another, moving completely without effort through the perfect, comforting silence of the vast desert night. As you draw closer, you begin to see that the light is coming from a breathtakingly beautiful, ancient desert sanctuary. It is a grand, majestic sanctuary. It is a grand, majestic tent, meticulously woven from thick, dark indigo silk and heavy, protective velvet. The fabric absorbs the moonlight, creating a massive, secure shadow that promises absolute rest. You know instantly. Instantly, with a deep, profound certainty resonating in your tired bones, that this sacred place was built exclusively and specifically for you and is not a place you have to manage. It is not a house you have to constantly clean, or relentlessly organize, or fiercely protect from the outside world. You reach out your heavy hand and you gently pull back the heavy, soft fabric of the entrance, and you slowly step inside. The air inside the sanctuary is completely still. The air inside the sanctuary is completely still. Incredibly warm, and it smells faintly of ancient cedarwood, crushed desert lavender, and sweet and calming frankincense. It is a scent that instantly tells your primitive nervous system that you are completely, undeniably safe. The entire floor is completely covered in thick, luxurious woven rugs and countless plush, oversized velvet cushions in deep shades of midnight blue, rich plum, and glowing amber. In the very center of the tranquil space, a small, smokeless ember glows quietly in a beautifully carved brass bowl, casting a beautiful slow dancing. Golden light onto the dark, heavy fabric walls. You walk slowly toward the center of the room, and you allow your exhausted, heavy body to slowly sink down into the deepest, softest pile of velvet cushions. Your heavy limbs are instantly swallowed by the luxurious, yielding softness. The cushions perfectly mold to the exact shape of your tired body, supporting every single curve of your spine, taking away absolutely all of the physical effort required to hold yourself upright as you lie back into the plush velvet. I want you to realize something incredibly profound about the life you have lived so far. You have spent your entire adult life being the ultimate, unbreakable sanctuary for absolutely everyone else. Your tired arms have been the safe, warm place for your family to retreat to when they were afraid. Your endless patience has been the solid, unshakable ground they walk on every single day. Your carefully constructed life. The routines, the meals, the endless planning has been the warm, secure tent that protects them from the harsh, chaotic world outside. You have been the strong walls, the warm fire, the soft place to land for everyone you love. But for so many long, exhausting years, you have secretly, desperately wondered in the dark, where is my safe place? Where do I go when I am simply too tired to be the strong one? Where do I go when the heavy, perfect mask becomes too suffocating to wear for even one more minute? Where is the sanctuary for the woman who takes care of absolutely everything? Shh. The answer is right here. The answer is right here. In this quiet, beautiful, holding darkness. This ancient sanctuary is the profound center of your own neglected psyche. It is the sacred, impenetrable core of who you actually are beneath the endless roles and the crushing responsibilities. Here, the terrifying emptiness you felt in your waking life is completely transformed into the ultimate, breathtaking luxury. It is the luxury of absolute, profound silence. The ultimate luxury of not being needed by absolutely anyone. You do not have to be the strong one in this beautiful tent. You do not have to hold the walls up anymore. The heavy, thick fabric of the sanctuary acts as an impenetrable, magical shield against the loud, demanding world above. No anxious thought about tomorrow's overwhelming schedule can possibly pierce through these ancient, the protective walls. No heavy guilt about what you did not accomplish today can ever enter this sacred, sealed space. You are completely locked in a vault of pure, unadulterated, eternal peace. Feel your heavy, overworked spine melting entirely into the plush cushions beneath you. Your legs are becoming so incredibly heavy. They are completely sinking into the soft floor, as if gravity itself is gently pulling you down into a deep, dreamless slumber. The warm, the ironed and golden air of the sanctuary wraps around your tired shoulders like a heavy, weighted, protective blanket, completely soothing the muscles that have carried the weight of the world for so long. You are breathing in the rich, soothing, golden light of the quiet embers. And you're breathing out the very last, microscopic traces of the day's heavy exhaustion. With every single slow, effortless exhale, you are sinking deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the safe, outing dark, the untamed. Beautiful woman you found earlier is resting right beside you on the cushions. Perfectly quiet, perfectly content. You are finally whole, and you are finally entirely at rest. The silence in the sanctuary is so deep, so profoundly thick, that you can actually hear the slow, steady rhythm of your own beautiful heartbeat, beating entirely for you and no one else. Let the heavy velvet darkness hold you completely. You do not have to stay awake to guard the door. The universe is guarding the door for you tonight. You have absolutely nothing left to do. Nothing left to fix. Don't have to worry about. You are completely suspended in the deepest layer of rest, completely sheltered from the storm of your daily life. Just sink into the heavy cushions, let go of the very last thread of control, and allow the sanctuary to hold your heavy, tired soul. You are safe. You are empty in the most beautiful way. You are empty in the most beautiful way. You are finally home. As you rest here in the absolute, impenetrable safety of this ancient sanctuary, completely supported by the heavy, luxurious velvet cushions, something incredibly profound begins to happen deep within your unconscious mind. You are no longer just a tired traveler visiting this quiet, sacred space. You are slowly, beautifully beginning to merge entirely with it. The glowing amber light of the quiet embers is not just illuminating the dark, heavy walls of the tent anymore. It is gently, effortlessly seeping right into your tired skin, completely melting away the very last invisible layers of your daily armor. For so many long, exhausting years, you have fiercely fought against the terrifying feeling of emptiness. Whenever that quiet, aching void opened up inside the center of your chest in the middle of the night, you immediately panicked. You frantically tried to fill it with more responsibilities, more caretaking, more perfectly executed plans for your family. You truly believed that if you just did a little bit more for absolutely everyone else, the terrifying, hollow feeling would finally go away. But the emptiness was never a sign of your failure. It was absolutely never a sign that you were ungrateful or broken. It was a desperate, brilliant biological signal from your own ancient soul. It was your true self, deliberately clearing out a massive space inside of you, forcing your physical body to stop and zone, forcing your anxious mind to finally put down the crushing, impossible burden of being the perfectly good woman. The emptiness you felt was never an absence of life. It was the presence of a vast, waiting canvas, a sacred container that you had emptied out. And tonight, in this beautiful, silent desert, surrounded by the ultimate safety of the dark, you're finally ready to fill that container with your own pure light. I want you to imagine that the thick, dark indigo silk roof of the sanctuary slowly, magically begins to part above you, sliding away to reveal the breathtaking, infinite expanse of the desert night sky. Millions upon millions of ancient sparkling at night, so resting directly down on your resting, heavy body. The cool, silver light of the vast Milky Way is pouring effortlessly into the warm tent, mixing perfectly with the deep, rich amber glow of the embers, creating a celestial atmosphere of absolute, unwavering peace. Look up at that magnificent, glowing river of starlight and realize with absolute clarity that the exact same vastness exists right inside the center of your own chest. You are not small. You are not just a walking collection of daily chores, exhausting obligations, and endless grocery lists. You are as incredibly vast, and as profoundly massed, and as profoundly mysterious as the night sky itself. The beautiful, untamed woman who has been resting quietly beside you. The vibrant, unapologetic piece of your soul that you had to lock away for so many years now slowly turns her head to look at you. She does not say a single word, because words are completely unnecessary down here. She simply reaches out her warm hand and gently places it directly over your heart, right over that exact space that used to feel so terrifyingly empty and numb. As her physical hand touches your chest, you feel an overwhelming rush of pure, radiant warmth. She is not just sitting beside you anymore. She is actively, beautifully integrating back into your physical body. You are physically absorbing her fierce, untamed energy. You are absorbing her spontaneous joy, her loud, unapologetic laughter, her absolute refusal to constantly abandon herself for the sake of making other people perfectly comfortable. With every single slow, deep, rhythmic breath you take, you are drawing the brilliant, silver starlight from the sky above, straight down into your chest. Let the starlight mix with the warm amber glow of your returning soul. Feel this incredibly powerful, glowing celestial energy completely filling up that massive, quiet void. Imagine that glowing mixture of silver and amber light slowly traveling through your entire bloodstream. It moves gently down your heavy shoulders, flowing smoothly into your tired arms, illuminating your elbows, your wrists, and resting warmly in the palms of your hands. It flows deeply into your stomach, completely dissolving any lingering knots of anxiety, any hidden fears about tomorrow. The warm, integrated light continues to travel down through your heavy hips, down the long, exhausted muscles of your thighs, wrapping around your knees, flowing down your calves, and completely filling your tired feet. And your entire physical body is now quietly vibrating with this beautiful, integrated light. The emptiness inside your chest is no longer dark. It is brilliantly illuminated. It is entirely, completely full of you. Feel the profound, undeniable physical sensation of total psychological wholeness. It is a deep, grounded feeling of being completely, perfectly anchored in your own skin. You are no longer divided into the woman who constantly performs and the woman who silently hides. You are no longer deeply fractured by the demands of society. You are finally one singular, incredibly powerful being. You are the responsible, loving mother, the reliable, the steady partner, and the wild, steady partner, and the wild, untamed spirit who fiercely protects her own peace. You are all of these things at the exact same time, and they exist in perfect, beautiful harmony. You do not have to choose between loving your family and loving yourself. You do not have to burn your own soul to the ground just to keep everyone else warm. You can finally hold the beautiful, complex duality of your human existence with effortless, breathtaking grace. The heavy, the suffocating mask of perfection that you left on the cold floor of your house. It is completely disintegrated into harmless dust. You'll never have to force yourself to wear it again. From tomorrow morning on, you will walk through your beautiful, demanding life with this vast, starry sky living quietly inside your chest. When the loud, demanding world tries to rush you or pressure you into giving far more than you actually have, you will simply take a slow, deep breath and instantly remember the absolute safety of this exact sanctuary. You will remember the profound, luxurious feeling of absolute silence. You will remember that you have an infinite, untouchable reservoir of peace right inside your own heart. Shh. You are completely untouchable in this profound state of wholeness. Just lie here and let the integration completely settle deeply into your heavy bones. Your physical body is becoming so incredibly relaxed, so profoundly numb to the waking world, that it feels like you're slowly dissolving into the plush velvet cushions. You are becoming completely one with the warm amber light, one with the cool, ancient desert sand, one with the vast, silent stars above you. There is absolutely no separation left. There is no past to regret. There is no future to frantically plan for. There is only this singular, eternally peaceful present moment of being entirely, gloriously whole. At the slow, steady rhythm of your effortless breathing sync perfectly with the slow, eternal turning of the massive universe above you. You are deeply loved by the very cosmos that created you. You are deeply, inherently worthy of absolute rest. You are finally, beautifully, completely. Just rest in this magnificent, radiant wholeness. Let it hold your heavy body. Let it heal your tired mind. Let it heal your tired mind. Let it carry you safely and deeply into the quiet, healing dark. You're drifting now, drifting so incredibly far away from the shallow, noisy shores of the waking world, drifting into a space where the heavy weight of being someone simply no longer exists. The thick, dark indigo silk walls of your magnificent sanctuary are very slowly beginning to blur at the edges, losing their hard, defined shape in the soft, glowing darkness. The heavy, protective velvet cushions beneath your body are becoming as light as a summer mist, and you realize, with a deep, quiet sense of wonder, that you can no longer tell where your tired body ends and where the soft fabric begins. You are merging. You are merging. You are unfolding into the very air around you. The rich, warm amber light of the quiet embers and the cool, silver light of the infinite stars are merging into one single, shimmering, golden haze behind your closed eyelids, creating a beautiful, swirling galaxy of pure, restorative light, swirling galaxy of pure, restorative light. The concept of here and there is completely dissolving, as if the space itself is becoming a warm, liquid ocean of peace, and you are just a single, weightless drop of water returning to the source. You are suspended in a state of pure, unadulterated existence, a sacred state where the rigid laws of physics and the heavy, Exhausting rules of logic no longer have any power over you. In this beautiful liminal space, you are becoming the cool night air. You are becoming the ancient. You are becoming the ancient silver light. You are becoming the very silence that holds you so tenderly. Think about the woman who first walked into this desert tonight. The one who carried the crushing weight of having it all. The one who felt so heavy, so numb, and so hollow in the center of her chest. She is miles and miles away from you now. She is just a fading memory of a distant dream. Drifting away into the deep. Drifting away into the deep. Indigo mist of the past. The many roles she played. The reliable mother. The perfect, supportive partner. The endlessly productive professional. They're all just colorful, fragile threads unraveling from an ancient tapestry, floating away effortlessly on a warm, invisible, ebony breeze. You're entering the profound realm of dream logic now, a sacred space where the colors are soft, dull, velvet texture that you can feel against your skin. The cool sand beneath you is no longer solid earth. It feels like a soft, warm, supporting cloud, gently lifting you up and carrying you further and further into the infinite. Sparkling night sky. You are floating through the stars. But the stars are also floating through you. You are inhaling the light of the moon, and you are exhaling the darkness of the void. Your breathing has become so incredibly slow, so perfectly rhythmic, that it feels like the universe itself is breathing through your lungs. And every single breath is a wave of pure, liquid peace washing through your entire being. Liquid peace. The boundaries of your physical self have completely vanished. You are as vast as the desert, as limitless as the night sky, as eternal as the ancient dunes. The heavy mask you once wore has turned into harmless, silver stardust, scattering into the cosmic wind, never to be seen or felt again. You are no longer an individual with a name, a history, or a list of daily responsibilities. You are just a radiant. You are just a radiant. Quiet presence, drifting peacefully through the dark. You are the quiet hum of the universe. You are the soft glow of the moon. You are the profound, healing emptiness that you once feared. But now, healing emptiness that you once feared. You recognize it as your truest, most beautiful home. Everything is blurring. Everything is softening. The colors are fading into a softing. The colors are fading into a soft, comforting gray, a gray that feels like a heavy, warm, protective blanket wrapping around your tired mind. The words I am saying are no longer sentences. They are just a soothing, repetitive rhythm, a gentle lullaby sung by the stars themselves. Let the logic fail. Let the meaning dissolve into the shadows. You do not need to understand anything anymore. You only need to be. You only need to drift. You only need to drift, sinking deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the velvety, holding dark, the world of tasks, the world of expectations, the world of the good woman. It is all miles away, miles below you, shrinking into a tiny, insignificant dot of light. Shh. You are safe. You are whole. And you are whole. And you are finally, beautifully, completely untethered. The sanctuary is now the universe. The sanctuary is now the universe, and the universe is now your sanctuary. There is absolutely nothing left to do, nothing left to fix, and nothing left to prove. You are just a passenger on a calm, dark, eternal river, drifting toward the horizon of the most restorative sleep you have ever known. Just keep drifting, keep letting go, keep becoming the darkness. Every single cell of your body is now vibrating in perfect harmony with the silence. You are heavier and lighter at the exact same time. You are everywhere and nowhere. You are the drift. You are the drift, and the drift is you. Just rest, and let the silence take you the rest of the way. Everything is fading now. The indigo sanctuary, the warm golden embers. The warm golden embers. Even the vast ancient desert stars are slowly, gently, and perfectly dimming into a soft, protective haze. You are no longer drifting through a physical landscape. You are becoming the landscape itself. You are becoming the landscape itself. Or rather, you are becoming the vast, tomb, eternal, peaceful space in which all landscapes and all lives exist. You are stepping through the final, most sacred doorway of your journey tonight. The infinite, healing void, and the loud, exhausting world above. The thought of the void used to terrify you. You saw it as a terrifying black hole, an aching emptiness that you felt you had to desperately and frantically fill with noise and endless tasks, and the constant, soul-crushing performance of being the perfect, good woman. But here, in the deep, restorative, sacred dark, you finally see the void for what it truly and beautifully is. It is not a lack of life. It's shown. It is the profound, rich source of all life. Shush. It is the fertile, the space where every single dream, every spark of spontaneous joy, and every new, untamed version of yourself is born. You are floating in a sea of pure, velvet, untamed version of yourself is born. Velvet, liquid darkness. There is absolutely no up, and there is absolutely no down. There is no heavy weight, and there is no heavy weight, and there is absolutely no resistance left in your being. Your physical body has completely and painlessly dissolved into this warm, eternal odor, liquid silence. You can no longer feel the mattress beneath you. You can no longer feel the air against your skin or the breath in your lungs. You are just a single, radiant, quiet point of consciousness, resting peacefully in the very heart of the infinite. To the heavy, aching, a heavy ache and gist that once haunted the center of your chest at 2 a.m. is now perfectly identical to the vast, peaceful space around you. There is no longer a separate you and a separate emptiness. There is only this one, unified, happy, breathtakingly beautiful peace. You have successfully returned to the state of pure, limitless potential, the state you existed in before the world told you who you were supposed to be, before the heavy labels, the exhausting names, the roles. Bear. This. Imagine that you are a single drop of ink. Slowly. Imagine that you are a single drop of ink. Slowly and beautifully dissolving into a vast, dark warm ocean. You are not disappearing. You are expanding. You are expanding. You are becoming the entire ocean. You are becoming the night. You are becoming the absolute. profound stillness of the universe. Every single cell of your soul is now vibrating in perfect, silent harmony with the cosmic void, the unlived life. D, the vibrant woman you found in the basement, the mother, the partner. They have all merged into this one. Singular, radiant presence. There is no more conflict. There is no more duality. There is only the absolute wholeness of the nothingness. You are completely safe to let go of the very last thread of your identity. You do not need to be anyone tonight. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to go anywhere. Shh. The void is holding you more tenderly than any human arms ever could. It is a space of pure, unconditional acceptance, where you are loved. The silence here is so thick, so luxurious, so profoundly comforting, that it feels like a heavy, dark velvet blanket wrapping around your mind, protecting you from every single light and every single sound of the waking world. You are sinking deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the velvety, holding dark. The words I'm saying are no longer meaning. They are just a slow, fading, rhythmic pulse. By the distant heartbeat of the stars, you are entering the space where time is a forgotten myth, where the sun will never rise, and where the rest is eternal. Every anxious thought is turned into silver stardust, drifting away into the infinite expanse. Every heavy responsibility is dissolved into the warm, liquid shadows. You are weightless. You are nameless. You are nameless. You are nameless. You are free. The emptiness is not a whole. It is a holy, peaceful sanctuary that goes on forever. Just rest in this magnificent, healing calm. Let the silence take you. Let the darkness become you, sinking, drifting, vanishing into the perfect, restorative sleep. Restorative sleep. The long, beautiful journey into your own soul is finally complete for tonight. Every single part of your complicated, wonderful being is now resting in perfect, silent harmony. The wild, untamed woman you found in the basement and the responsible, reliable caretaker who manages your daily life are finally holding hands in the quiet, sacred dark. You have successfully reclaimed a vast space that used to be so terrifyingly empty, and you have filled it entirely with the eternal, golden light of your own returning spirit. When you wake up tomorrow morning, whenever that may be, you will notice a subtle but profound and undeniable difference. The heavy, gray fog of the unlived life will be completely gone, replaced by a quiet, steady sense of clarity and a gentle, spontaneous spark of joy. Your nervous system is now fully and then permanently reset, calibrated to the high frequency of peace rather than the exhausting frequency of performance. You finally understand that you are allowed to exist purely for yourself. You are allowed to be gloriously whole without ever needing to be perfect again. I will stay here for a few more moments. Door the entrance to your dreams, quietly guarding the entrance to your dreams, making sure the silence remains thick, luxurious, and protective around your mind. You have absolutely nothing left to fear. The universe profoundly loves you. The darkness tenderly heals you. The darkness tenderly heals you, and the emptiness is now your greatest strength. as my voice begins to fade into the velvet shadows. Just let yourself sink one last inch deeper into the mattress. You are completely untethered. You are nameless. You are home. Sleep now. You are home. Sleep now. Deep, restorative, dreamless sleep. The demanding morning will wait. The heavy rolls will wait. But tonight, right now, you are just a beautiful soul returning to the light. Slep, slep, slep. Slep, 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 slep.